Hello my fellow crafters, welcome back to my channel. My name is David and today I'm going to be working with my new collection. Now I'm not going through all the different pieces of the collection. If you want to see that, I will link that right there. But this is just me playing with one of the sets and some stamps and stencils, etc. So what am I going to use? I'm probably going to use, I'm not sure yet, the Back in Time CS304 stencil set. Back in Time is the name of the whole collection, and this stamp set is called just that. Love the little elements in there. This set actually comes with dies that I will probably use today. Let me show you which one that is. That is it's also called Back in Time, but the 2038. So these go together. And then I'm going to be using one of the stencils from the Journal Stencils 1, the S048 Journal Stencils 1, which implicates, it might be stencils 2, 3, whatever, in the future. And I'm going to be using this little one, this stencil with that on it. Then I'm going to use this base page, and I'm going to use not all the elements, but some of the elements that are in there. And I'm going to use my beautiful paper pack, the Grungy wood paper pack that is out with this collection as well. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to use this beautiful paper. I've already cut out my base page card. I'm going to trim out some more bits and bobs, but first things first, I'm going to fold this one in half. Just so I know where the fold of the page is, like that. I'm going to do that the other way around as well. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking my frayed burlap and I'm going to edge that like so. Just going around. But as you can see now, it's got a nice texture around, and that's what I like. So I will do the same to all the elements. Now this little pocket comes from the same collection. And it's got this element in, the butterfly. And what I'm doing is I'm going to place this one right on top here, lining it out, and run that through my die cutting machine. And that will cut out a nice see-through element. So I've cut everything out now, all the loose elements. And what is quite fun, the little doily that is in the set is the same doily that is in the stencil, but then bigger. So I'm going to combine the two. And what I've got here, it's quite old actually. It's shimmer sheets from Elizabeth Craft Designs. I'm not sure ECD still sells these, but I'm pretty sure you can find them somewhere. These are acid-free milers, and that will be fun to put behind my butterfly. So I'm just taking out a piece, and I'm going to trim that down. And I'm going to see, I love that. You see that change of color from brown to purple, purplish blue. I think this should do. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fold these fold lines that are in there, like so. And then I'm going to see where to put this one. It's going to be right there. Does it matter which side? Yeah, this side. And that fits. So I'm going to take my tape. I'm just going to put some 3mm tape close to the butterfly. Like so. And the same here. Just very close to the butterfly, then I know it won't stick out and grab hold of my card that's going to go in there. Now I'm putting mica behind this, but you can put anything behind it or leave it open even. So what I'm doing, I'm lining this up like that. And I will just trim off that little corner. And you see that beautiful reflection behind that butterfly? Love that. So that is that. Just let me etch this, just all etched like so. And you see how beautiful that stands out from that page. And I just need to position that. Have a look where I want that. That's going to go like that. Fun. Okay. This element is ready to go on. This one is nearly ready. Then let me get my stencil out. I'm going to put my stencil, place that there. I've got one of these paper bouncers from Picket Fence Studio. I've already lost my brown one. I don't know where it is. But the black one is still clean. So I'm going to take Vintage Photo, load up my thingy, and I'm just going to place this sort of not smack in the center. I want it to come off the page like so. Hold it all in place and just bounce through that stencil with this paper bouncer. And I'm just bouncing through that. And the beautiful blue aqua color will shine through a bit, but I just love the combination, look at that, of Vintage Photo with this blue. Now I'm also going to put some here so it peeks out of behind that pocket. So I'm not going to do the whole thing, I'm just going to do this side. I love playing with stencils and yeah. Just let me check. Beautiful. You see? So it comes back on the page, pops out under there, and then the pocket will be here, the card, but you can still see it. That's what I like. I'll clean this off later. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to color my little doily with the same color. So I'm just going over that. Now this is soft finish cardstock, and that takes the color beautifully, as you can see. And what I also got is this little tab that's going to go on there. I'm also going to color that using the same Vintage Photo. Also cut out of soft finish card. There we go. So that's the coloring done. But this is fun. I'm going to place that right there in the center. You see? Love that. Cool. Now let's get this onto my page. I'm just going to use my tape for that. So I've peeled off the backing, and I'm just going to place that pocket where I want it. There we go. Now that is on there and will not go anywhere. And I'm really not sure in real life this is looking so cool with the mica behind it. Now, I really like it here. And what I've got is a piece of corrugated cardstock which has nearly the same color. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rip a bit of there to place here at the bottom. Now this is Cricut corrugated cardstock. I've got a lot of the Cricut papers and I just thought, well, I might as well use them. I'm going to place that one over there. This one I'm going to fold and place on here. I'll just use some glue for that. So, and this is going to stick out of the page a bit, but I don't mind that. I want this. Now the way I designed this is that it's exactly the same rounded edge as this card, you see? So if you place that there, it's a nice fit, you see? It just follows the curve of that card. Love that. Okay, let's continue. Now I've got a little box here that's prepared with all sorts of bits and bobs. And what I want to do is I want to use some butterflies that I've cut out. Or maybe just one. So I've got this little butterfly that I'm going to color in. And what I'm coloring that with is my Zig markers. So what I'm doing is I'm just dabbing that on. This is a soft finish cardstock, so you got to be careful. So I'm just putting on some color there. Sort of like that. Then I'm coming in with another color, and this is the easiest coloring you can do. Next, I'm taking a watercolor brush, making sure that's clean, and it's not, of course. If you know me, you know that. Just make sure it's clean when you put it away. Do as I say, not as I do. Right. What I'm doing is I'm just taking my watercolor brush and I'm just going to go over that to get away of hard edges. There we go. Beautiful butterfly. Now I've colored around outside the line a bit there. So what else taught me? Take a gel pen and just go around like that, and it's still perfectly colored. You've got that nice white edge. Now I'm bringing in 3 elements from a different set, which is, let me tell you, from the 2033 Ticket to Fly Free. It's got these beautiful elements, and I'm going to use those. I'm going to cut them out of soft finish cardstock. So I've cut them out of the soft finish cardstock, and I've also cut out one piece out of the corrugated cardstock. Now, of course, when you run that through your die cutting machine, that will flatten out, but it still has some fun texture in there. I'm going to use that on my card there. So that's going to peek out here, so the corrugated cardstock comes back, etc. And these I'm just going to color a bit. Not sure yet. I think what I'll do is just come in with my zigs and give them a hint of color on the, not on the leaves, I just want the spine thingy to have a hint of color. and then that brown comes back from the butterfly. And then what I'm doing, I'm activating the pigment and just pulling that out onto the rest of the leaves. The zigs are water reactive, and it gives it a nice watercolor effect. And some soft color on the leaves. So I don't want it completely white, but I do want it to have a lighter element. And I will do the same to the others. Just gives it a nice color. So, last one. Cool, love that. Okay, so let's assemble this. I'm going to put this one here, and I'm just going to put some glue behind that. I'm just going to put some glue at the edges so I can tuck some stuff underneath there. I'm just going to put that, line that up there. There we go. Next, I'm coming in with my little doily. I'm just putting some dots of glue there, here and there, just so it stays down. I'm going to place that down like so. So yes, it's the same color, but it just gives the page more texture and structure. Okay, then these. I'm just gonna tuck these under there. Just put a tiny bit of glue behind there. Just enough to hold it in place. And I'm going to put that one right there. And as you can see, I'm overlapping all these things, and that's how you get all these yummy layers and depth in there. So we've got the stencil, then the little doily punched out, then we've got the little leaves. And the last one is going to go right there. And last but not least, I'm just going to put this little leaf thing that I've cut out of the corrugated cardstock. I'm going to put that onto my little card. Now, of course, that has to dry before I put that in. Remind yourself, David. So let's press down. That needs to dry a bit. And then last but not least, I'm going to put my little butterfly there. He's going to sit on top of this. Like so. Then I've got my little treasure box with really old pen nibs. I need a smaller one. Just let me go through it. You see, it's a really fun. I got these from Esther's Etsy shop. Yeah, I love this one. This is real old stuff, this. And then what I'm just doing is I'm putting some glue on here, and yes, this will take some time to dry because it has to grab onto, well, metal and paper. But I'm confident it will dry. Next, I'm going to look for some sentiments, and I'm going to use, of course, the sentiment strips from the set, which is called, because I know you're going to ask me, Let me see where I've got it. I've got it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. That is from CS 305 Journal Phrases 2. It's got all sorts of fun phrases that have everything to do with time. No time like today, time after time, and actually this is stamped on this paper, which I think is fun. Today, not tomorrow. Does it fit on? It fits on there perfectly. I love that saying, today, not tomorrow. TNT. So that's going to be, yeah, I like that. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to chop it up, like so. And then I'm taking a fine liner thingy. This is a very fine one. And I'm just going to draw back that black line. Simple as that. You see? I might just amplify the rest as well. Just going like that. And what I'm doing is I'm going to start here with time. So yeah, you can even cut up the sentiment strips to make them fit whatever you want. Time after, and the other time will go underneath. You guessed it. Time after time. There we go. Just like that. And then this one is ready to go into my little square TN. So I love how this one turned out. Of course I will decorate this as well, but that's for another time. Now, just to clarify, these go to the little square TN. However, they also fit perfectly into the big square TN. That is just of course smaller, but in this size all the different dies fit. In this one, just the little square dies. Now if you just get into the art journal collection and you bought my collection, then you need one of these square TNs. There are several in the collection, so yeah, I will decorate this because I can. But yeah, this is the finished result for today, guys. I love how it turned out. I love it. So this was it for today. I hope you liked it. I loved it. This was me playing with my new collection that was just released last Monday. So stay tuned for more, because obviously I will be having lots of makes coming soon to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching this one. And I love to see you for the next one. Bye bye.